Set this thing up alright. Set this thing up alright. Set the thing up alright. Okay, make sure I share. What? Where's my... All right. Okay. Let's do some observations, shall we? Turn that down a little bit. Okay, so what's today? The 6th of November? Doing what we do every week. I'm gonna set this thing up. Set up my little spaces. And gonna change up the mood a little bit. Yeah, this is it. All right, so I'm gonna do, I usually try to do an hour, so that's what I'm gonna do. I was getting distracted by ChatGPT, trying to calculate some things for another project that I've been working on called the Clayton Smart Community Overgrow Project. It's a project for, it's really just making a garden, you know. I'm building a garden and getting the community involved so that they can have a real solution for the food scarcity issue in that area. The area that I'm working in, it has one restaurant within, well, it doesn't have any healthy restaurants within a 5-mile radius. All they really eat over there, or at least all they have access to over there, is Lisa's chicken, which is terrible for you. So great opportunity to try and make something happen and teach them a skill that can feed them. But for what we're doing, we are refining a skill that can fund us. And if you can fund yourself, you can feed yourself. So just like before, just like last week and the week before, I'm going to be focused on the timing. Is it the right time? Is it the right time to take a trade? That's the question that we need to be able to answer. And the more I do this, the more I hone in on quality. And I'm going to show you some examples of what I mean on, I think, something that would be very close and technically be the right time, but I would bypass it for very small reasons, but big enough reasons for me to maintain the integrity of the quality of the product that I'm here to produce. Damn, that sneeze seems trying to come up the whole time. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples. Actually, this one's perfect. This one here. Let me bring this up for you. This one's perfect. Some things that we're looking for to really confirm if it is the right time to take a trade. So this one, let's take a look and see. Let's make a little analysis of it here. So let's check it out. All right, looking at it, 7-4, 7-4. You see what my cursor's doing, 7-4. Okay, 7-3, 7-2. Okay. I'm looking at that clock tick down. 71 is what I'm looking at now. 68, 69, 72, 64, 61. A little bit of a jump down. Positions at 73. Sudden jump up to 79, 81, 84, 72, 73, 74, 94. Okay. So this one here. Question: is this the right time? Was this the right time for me to take one? And if the answer is yes, then why didn't I take this? Why wouldn't I have taken this? If the timing was right for this, why wouldn't I have taken this? Let's watch it again. Oh, it's not all the way done. Let's kind of fast forward. So this is how it ended. Let's go back to the market and see if we have anything to look at. So, and with this current market, we can set the positions. You'll see a lot of my observations don't normally have what I'm about to put here, but this just helps make it a lot more clear. Takes the guesswork out of where the market's at in terms of what its position is. So right now we have the market in a seller's position, and the seller's position is on and below a strike. So seller's position on and below a strike. Now, I look at the market in terms of zones and positions. Okay, so in this open space here, we have a zone, and in any zone, you're going to have two positions. You're going to have a buyer's position and a seller's position. And so in this case, the market is right. It's more in the seller's position than it is in the buyer's position. See, the buyer's position is above a strike, not on, but only above a strike. So the buyer's position is actually the seller's position is 10 spaces or 10 micro pips. So we have on the strike all the way down to right in the middle. Jeez. I just had a sneeze attack. But yeah, what was I saying? Seller's position is on and below down to the middle, while the buyer's position is one above a strike. This is a strike. This line right here. That's a strike. Where the fuck these sneezes come from? Man, let me go get some water. I'm over here sneezing like crazy. Hold on. I just started sneezing out of the blue. Right when I started the Mother Beeping Live. Give me a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, man, I just started. Anyway, so what was I saying? I was saying that the buyer's position is just is 1 micropip smaller. So if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see 1.15331. And that's where the buyer's position starts. The seller's position starts, in this case, at 15350 or 1.15350 or 1.15330. So it starts on a 0 point, and the buyer's position always starts on a 1 because it has to be above. Okay. So as we do our observe analysis, we always want to make sure that that seller's position starts on the line, and we always want to make sure that that buyer's position starts above a line. Okay. So now that we have that, what we want to see, what tells us that the market is in the it's the right time to take a trade, is when the market has established itself inside of one of those positions. You can see right now it's just jumped from a seller's position right into a buyer's position. Okay. It's not established there, it's just moved there. Okay, so let's go back to that recording. Let me see how much time we got. This one, there's nothing for us to even consider in this binary. So right now, live, this is not a good time to trade. So because of that, we can go back and look at this this study here that we're doing. Let's play it again. Now, one thing that I always like to talk about is incrementality. All right, so we'll watch this and only look at the price for now. Let's see how the price is moving. Let's focus on that. 64, 79, 68, 81, 84, 81, 79, 93. Let's pause it there. So it's past our threshold. Doesn't mean that you can't get into it, but usually once it gets past those 80s, that's when the timing is out. But back to the question, is this the right time to take a trade? I would say yes. There's some things that kind of kept me out, but the main thing that kept me out is that when I first got onto the computer, this is the first thing I saw. And maybe it's just old conditioning, but I never, ever, ever, ever take the first binary I see, ever. I always want to see how it ends. So that one was a really good ending too. So the only thing that kept me out of that was the fact that this is the first binary I saw when I got on the computer. But if we go back, and you can kind of see what my cursor is doing here, looking at the lowest points where this market visited, and it would come to the seller's position, and then it would go back into our buyer's position. It did change 3 positions, came back down here and respected where it was at. Now, if we're being super duper nitpicky about it, let's see what I did not like. One of the things that you'll notice is that the lowest points leading up to this candle was 4. Lowest 4. I'm looking at the lowest on here, 4. Lowest on here, 4. So I'm like, okay, let's see if it respects that. So it's immediately breaking through that. That right there is cause for hesitation for me, because it's showing me that the market could be going into a new position. All right. It's no longer respecting that floor. It's cracking through it. Now, what are the things that indicate that the market is about to respect it? Sometimes the price will give you the clue. But the only thing about that is that that clue may come in the form of violating the incrementality of the movement. So at the minute mark, we're at 68 or 6.8, and the position is 3. Okay, so we want to see what the market does once that minute passes. We're going to look at each second. So we went from 63 to 81. So that's an 18-point jump in the price. We went from 73. We're really going to analyze and break this thing down. We went from 73 to 72. We went position, threaten, but price went up. Even though I don't like to use this word because it's not really applicable, but it is accurate. It's a divergence. They're going in opposite directions. They need to be stair-stepping together like a 3-legged race. And so that was cause for hesitation for me. And like I said, I'm being super nitpicky. Since this is the first binary I saw, if I'm ever going to take a binary on the first site, everything needs to be lined up. All right, so let's take a look. What? Okay, yeah, 73. All right, so I like the way the price is moving now. It's kind of recalibrated itself, and it gave me about 4 seconds to reconsider my entry. So let's look again from the minute mark. All right, 73, 79. So for me to feel comfortable, I would need to see this go 74 and this to remain in that upper 70s, low mid 80s kind of range of pricing. So instead I see this go down. It doesn't confirm away. It threatens toward outside, toward this. Okay, yeah, we ain't got nothing to do over here. This price is moving well, so that's a good sign. But this, the fact that it went towards the strike, is not a good sign. All right. Still, I like the way this is moving. It's still sticking within that range, but and the price, the position has moved back up. But again, it's just showed me something that wasn't together. It wasn't unified in its movement. So I'm hesitant because of that. And then by the time 2 seconds pass, there's no confirmation past that point back to where that lowest point was visited before, with here, and Come on. Yeah. And these two spots, 1, 2, and 3, it did not come back to that point before the market's pricing confirmed in the form of showing me that mid $8 range. So those are the things that kept me out specifically. So it's a lot that you process in a short period of time because it is all about timing. If I were to push the button, if I were to enter the trade, it would be here. This is the floor though. So now in my mind, I want to see it confirm away from the floor, because when I was observing it leading up to that window, 4 was the floor. It had gone below the floor. And then when the minute passed, the floor got even lower, even though the price went higher. So there was no connected incrementality in that case. And then when it did move back away from the strike, it still was below the recently established floor. So I'm like, oh, well, that could easily be a new ceiling then, because that happens. So I need to see one more. There we go. Now with the market being here, this is when I would be interested in taking the trade. This is when the timing would be right. The only issue is that the pricing is already out of my range where I would consider it. Let's go back here and see what's going on. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. Yeah. Let's go back here. So this is good. I'm gonna watch. Let you watch till the end of it. Hold on. Okay, so this was a really, really good deep dive into timing. Let's take a look and see. We'll give the market, I'll give it 2 binaries, 3 max, to see if it gives us any type of indication that it might be coming, getting its act together. I don't want it to be hanging out for no reason. And that's another thing. Like, once you understand the whole timing thing, it's like, okay, when the market ain't doing it, then what's the point of being around the damn computer just looking at it? So you waste less time when you understand it. But let's set it up. Make our little rectangles, you know what I mean? And then make our little lines. So we just saw, a perfect breakdown. If you're watching this video now, or you're coming into the video now, once I finish this thing out, like, the timing looked right, but it was just slightly off. Something, okay, maybe we would do something, but hopefully there's some clarity on why exactly I left it alone. Meanwhile, I'm also trying to figure out some calculations. Here, let me change this up one more time. I mean, this is cool background music, but I need a little bit more backgroundy. A little more backgroundy. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right, so let's see. So if we took away these strikes, what position would you say this market is in? Let's take away all this stuff, huh? Let's take away all this stuff. Let's do a little more observe analysis. Let's just move it right here. Okay, so in my head, if I'm looking at this, I'm like, well, the range of position goes from here to here, and then the end of the binary will be right here. Okay. Now, I can open up the strikes, and I can see that this range of movement includes two zones. There's this sell position here and the buy position here, but the range of position includes two zones. The market doesn't look at these strikes. The market just does what the market does. The platform, the NADEX platform, sets those strikes. So when the market just so happens to line up with the NADEX platform and establish itself relative to the NADEX strike in one position, then there's an opportunity, then the timing is right. But in this case, we didn't see any pricing within our, within our purchase zone. That $8 range is what we're kind of looking for if we're looking to buy into a position. But in this case, we didn't see that. So the timing, is it the right time to take a trade? No. And the position looks good, but it wasn't enough for, you couldn't have done anything. And look what it's doing now. So nothing. I mean, it's not doing nothing. Whoops, what just happened? Let me go to another one to reset the chart. It's not that it's not doing anything. It's just that what it's doing, it's still trying to find where it wants to be. The market's still trying to figure out where it wants to be. Especially with a big jump in that. Like if you look at this one, the highest point 364, the lowest point 356. So that's an 8 micropip move. So if you look at all the other ones, this is a 1 micropip move. This is 3, 1, 4, 4, 2, 4. Let's see. So this is the last time it did something like this. And it was about 20 minutes ago. So I don't know if the pattern of behavior is for it to make a big move like this and then just kind of chill out for a while. But we see the same thing here. We see that it made a big move here but leading up to it, these were smaller movements. And then a big move here. Let's see if the same thing applies. Smaller movements. So we do see a little bit of a behavioral pattern. And if that behavioral pattern stays the same, then I would suspect that the movements, at least for the next binary or two, stays small. So let's see if that is the case. The most the binaries have moved when they're smaller have been about 4. So let's just do this for fun. We have 63 as the lowest point. And so we'll do a rectangle, 63, and then we're going to go up to 67. Yeah, 67. And I want to see if the market stays within that range of movement, because that's what it did over here. It may not stay within this flat horizontal plane, but each candle, I want to see if each candle moves 4 or less. So maybe I should do it like this. No, I'll keep it like this. I'll just keep it simple. So what was this one? 6-3. Okay, so 6-7. Okay, cool. All right, so as we're approaching the observation window, the question that you got to answer every time, is this even the right time to take a trade? The pricing is getting close to where we need it to be on the sell side, which is at 2. Need to be at like about 2, because that's what I enter into the ticket when I'm ready to sell. So it's well below where I would get, pulled into the trade or accepted. My offer would be accepted. Right now, this position is being sold for 20 cents. I needed to be sold for $2. So even if I were to take this trade, it's unlikely that I would be filled. Now, if I were filled, there would be cause of concern, because that means that the price just went up from 10 cents to $2. And if it's going up from 10 cents to $2, what's not to say that it'll go up from 10 cents to $4 or $5 or $6 until it goes past this line. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. You want to see it kind of slowly pass where you would enter, the price that you would enter at, $2, and then 190, 180, 140, 150, 170, 130, you know what I mean? And that would be kind of your sign right there. But we didn't get that on this binary, so no, it's not the right time to trade for that binary. At least for now, it is kind of sticking to that old behavioral pattern that we've been seeing. I don't know if that's going to sustain itself, but for the other times, it did it for 1, 2, 3 binaries. So that's what I'm expecting. And as I speak, see, this one's 4, so this one's moved 4. Okay, let's just let it chill out for a bit. I'm going to type some stuff. I'm doing some research here. Okay. 75051. Okay, pull the 10-year data for average to find average. All right, so once again, we're back at that window, and the good thing is that we're still moving those 4 micro pips. That's the range. So from that perspective, it's good timing. The only issue is that the pricing for these opportunities is not within our range, so it's unlikely that we will get filled unless we have another big move like this. But if we have another big move like this, and each of those big moves have stayed in the direction they were going into, the odds would go against us in that case. So you see that $2 now. I guess I can record it, but look at this. So $2, we're still heading against the strike. We're heading towards the buy. Okay, now we're going away from the buy. Now we're going towards the buy. What are we doing here? This price is going up. You see that? 27, 30, 26. We're right on the strike. 45. Now we're gonna see that go to 371 most likely. Like, you don't want to see that. You don't want to see that when you're in a trade. I don't care if it ends under the damn thing. It's just, that's not something that you want to mess with. See if it'll respect that position. Yeah. Would you put $2,000 on that? Nah, brother. Nah, brother. The only good thing is that it all stayed in the seller's position, so that's good. And it's still maintaining that 4 micropip range, just like it did leading up to this big movement. So that's a good sign too. Use the 10-year average rainfall data to determine the size. Okay, so now now there's a big move, and I guess it's going to potentially do the same thing, but we don't know yet. This is a much bigger move than the others have been, so let's see if it reestablishes its behavior of that 4 micropip range of movement. Okay. Let's see, ChatGPT, rainfall baseline for the greater Dallas airport is 30-year, 36 inches per year. Okay, roof 9. Okay, annual. 36. Wow. Okay, 300 gallons a week. Okay. All right, measurable. If this one here moves more than 4 micropips, then that's going to be it for me. Nope. I'm probably still going to cut it off though. I mean, we got what we needed. Like the first 20 minutes, man, this is golden. But I don't feel like doing this right now. I think we got enough really good, healthy observation in, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it. I don't want to just stay on just to be staying on, you know. So fine. I'll watch one more. I'll watch one more binary. Since it's still sticking to that 4 micropip rule, I'll watch one more for the paper. For the paper. Let's see if they answer my question, though. Want to capture much more. Okay, what if we divided it? Yeah. Yeah, now that cycle of behavior has been broken. So leading up to this point here, we had big move and then 4 micropips of range of movement sustained for 2 to 3 binaries. It would happen here too. Big move and then 4 micropips for 2 binaries in the range of movement. And that happened all the way since back here. But if we move along, now we can see that the behavioral cycle has shifted, because we're seeing this is 7 micropips here, 49 to 56. Lowest 349, highest 356. And then it slows down, then another 359, 369. So now I'm actually going to record this one. And the reason why is because we respected this strike. I want to see if it gets broken. There, bam, it got broken. So now we're definitely in a new cycle of behavior, because not only are we no longer moving within that 4 micropip range sustained over 2 binaries or more, but we've also broken this position, this sell's position, for the first time in a minute. So you see the price here kind of hanging out a little bit above where it should be based on its position. Doesn't mean that it's going to stay above. It just means that the price right here is leading the position, and it can whiplash too. So it could overcorrect the other way, but this price is ahead of this position. This position should be at like 4 or 5, 6. It's at 1 based on this price. It's over bought. Still ain't moving. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now it's moving. So yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. First, like I said, first 20 or so minutes is a really good detailed breakdown on what almost right looks like and why, even when it looks good, you would stay out. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. 50 minutes, about an hour. I think that's good. So hope you got something from it. I'm gonna go back and check this out for myself, because I know there were some nuggets in here. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, appreciate you, Chris. You caught me right on the end, brother. I'm about to jump off this thing and go dive into my pillows. But if you look at the first like 15 to 20 so minutes, I review an observation and then pick it apart by the second. Check that out whenever I publish this thing, and I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. My appellation is Christopher. Christopher. My appellation. Oh man, ain't nobody ever said that. Now let me go look that shit up on appellation definition. Gonna make me look up some words real quick. Appellation definition meaning. Oh, I'm using that. I'm gonna use that. Very cool. Anyway.